Hi guys, it's Kristen Lynch with Jennings and Associates, and today we wanted to give you some information regarding the SBA information that's being released at a rapid pace. We're working with professionals in our community and financial partners to make sure that we're just providing resources and helping with the information. One question that we've received a lot lately is if I'm a 1099 employee, if I'm a self-employed person, just one individual, is there any relief for me? Your business has been impacted due to COVID-19, and what do I need to do in order to recoup some of those expenses? So what we've done is been talking with Ariane Dillon. Ariane is a CPA and trusted financial partner. She had some information as we've been working with COVID-19 and SBA. So with that question, is there information or access to funds for 1099 employees?
Yeah. So there are several infographics that are out there that have information on this. Okay. And so the general rule is you need some way of proving you had wages, right? So typically that'd be a W-2, but clearly there are people who don't have W-2s. Maybe I'm 1099 income. Maybe I'm an independent contractor.
Right.
We've had a few mutual people, right, that have their own business and get paid through the state, and then they're getting 1099 income, not W-2 income.
Right.
Excuse me. So in that case, yes, you can. If you've got 1099s that can prove out this income, you should absolutely be applying for the paycheck protection.
Okay.
With that said, you could also likely be able to apply for unemployment.
Okay.
They've expanded the unemployment insurance stipulations. People are getting immediately approved. There's lots of things that have been waived in order to immediately insert funds into people's pockets. Actually, today I was on a call internally, and they made note that this is a liquidity crisis, right? This is not, right now, it's not a credit risk crisis. And I think we've all got to kind of reposition our minds and think through it through those eyes. This is not, at this point, we're not in a credit crisis.
Yes.
There are some things that no doubt everything will be impacted. Our lives are going to look differently. There's so many things that I think we haven't even thought about, right?
Yes. Yet to come that we don't even see yet.
Well, and I don't even know that we've got the capacity. Yeah, we don't have the capacity.
Right.
But 1099 employees are kind of this subset of the population that sometimes gets overlooked, and so kudos to them for including those types of contractors.
Absolutely.
So there are specific circumstances, and if yours gets much more than I have a 1099, you really need to discuss it with your financial partner.
Okay.
And assess whether what is going to be your best path.
Right.
So those are things that you really need to take into consideration.
Sure.
If you're a sole proprietor, independent contractor, there are 1099.
Sure.
So there are other stipulations associated with that. It's getting kind of in the nitty-gritty details. Okay. So I would absolutely recommend partnering with that financial partner who hopefully has been reading up on it and has some sort of idea, or at least has a connection to resources.
Absolutely.
I think that's the most important thing here is the resource piece of.
Right. And I think at the end of the day, our community especially is very full of those types of sole proprietors, and our heart goes out to them because they immediately had to shut their doors and are looking for any possible resource how to get help in this organization. So it is included. It is an option. You need to talk to your financial partners, your accountants, your CPAs, your bookkeepers, bankers. Yep. Make sure you're reaching out as quickly as you can to get that information. Applications will be going out April 3rd.
Yeah, so the submission, applications actually are already out, at least the paper version. Okay. Some banks are doing completely digital. The bank I work for is a completely digital option. Okay. But the paper application has been released by the SBA.
Perfect.
And so as soon as that was released, of course, there was a mass amount of other information on how to interpret and the different Q&As or whatever. There's a document that was put out by the Senate Commission on small business and entrepreneurship, and that particular, I think it's maybe 10 or 11 pages. It goes all over the PPP program, the payment or the paycheck.
Paycheck protection program.
The paycheck, wait, hold on. The paycheck protection program. And additionally goes over that emergency economic injury impact alone also through the SBA.
Yeah, so arm yourself with information. Use the resources that are provided out there. We would recommend using your local Chamber of Commerce information, the Senate information, and make sure you're asking your financial partner for any of that information to work with. So we appreciate your time. We want to make sure that we're providing the best resources for our community just to lend a helping hand. We're all in this together, and we do see that we will get through this together. Life will look differently on the other end, but we want to make sure that we're here for you if you have questions.